Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. How can a woman be expected to be happy with a man who insists on treating her as if she were a perfectly normal human being? To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. The mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death. Men always want to be a woman's first love, women like to be a man's last romance. The one charm about marriage is that it makes a life of deception absolutely necessary for both parties. Who, being loved, is poor? I have no objection to anyone's sex life as long as they don't practice it in the street and frighten the horses. One should always be in love. That is the reason one should never marry. Deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. Between men and women there is no friendship possible. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship. The world has grown suspicious of anything that looks like a happily married life. Men marry because they are tired, women because they are curious, both are disappointed. Hearts are made to be broken. As long as a woman can look 10 years younger than her own daughter, she is perfectly satisfied. Women love us for our defects. If we have enough of them, they will forgive us everything, even our gigantic intellects. Everything in the world is about sex except sex. Sex is about power. Romance should never begin with sentiment. It should begin with science and end with a settlement. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. When a man has once loved a woman, he will do anything for her except continue to love her. A man can be happy with any woman, as long as he does not love her. There is nothing so difficult to marry as a large nose. I like looking at geniuses, and listening to beautiful people. A chase after a beautiful woman is always exciting. She is a peacock in everything but beauty. I have many beautiful flowers, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. Oh, I love London society. It is entirely composed now of beautiful idiots and brilliant lunatics. Just what society should be. Genius lasts longer than beauty. That accounts for the fact that we all take such pains to overeducate ourselves. An artist should create beautiful things, but should put nothing of his own life into them. Beauty is the wonder of wonders. It is only shallow people who do not judge by appearances. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. She behaves as if she was beautiful. Most American women do. It is the secret of their charm. Most women are so artificial that they have no sense of art. Most men are so natural that they have no sense of beauty. Dandyism is the assertion of the absolute modernity of beauty. There were moments when he looked on evil simply as a mode through which he could realize his conception of the beautiful. All beautiful things belong to the same age. It is better to be beautiful than to be good. But it is better to be good than to be ugly. Those who find ugly meanings in beautiful things are corrupt without being charming. This is a fault. Those who find beautiful meanings in beautiful things are the cultivated. For these there is hope. They are the elect to whom beautiful things mean only beauty. Mrs. Chevley, she was a genius in the daytime and a beauty at night. Plain women are always jealous of their husbands, beautiful women never are. There is something terribly morbid in the modern sympathy with pain. One should sympathize with the color, the beauty, the joy of life. The less said about life's sores the better. We live in an age that reads too much to be wise, and that thinks too much to be beautiful. The husbands of very beautiful women belong to the criminal classes. No object is so beautiful that, under certain conditions, it will not look ugly. How can a woman be expected to be happy with a man who insists on treating her as if she were a perfectly normal human being? Ultimately, the bond of all companionship, whether in marriage or in friendship, is conversation. Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. The consciousness of loving and being loved brings a warmth and a richness to life that nothing else can bring. There is nothing in the world like the devotion of a married woman. It is a thing no married man knows anything about. Men marry because they are tired, women because they are curious, both are disappointed. The man who says his wife can't take a joke, forgets that she took him.